Hey guys, it's Miss Wiesner, and this is our next video lesson on solving multi-step equations. Now, in order to start solving equations like this, you have to clean them up. You have to get rid of any parentheses you might have or any like terms that you might have, much like we did with expressions, except now these are equations. Now remember, the ultimate goal in equations is to get variables on one side and numbers on the other. But we have to take this step by step. So you want to remember that we have these rules for addition. So if you have like signs, you're going to add and keep the sign. If you have unlike signs, you'll subtract and take the sign the higher number. And then for multiplication and division, if your signs are the same, your answer is going to be positive. If your signs are different, then your answer is going to be negative. Okay, and then we'll do several examples. Okay, so when we are looking at an equation to solve, we have to get it into the correct formation, I guess, or make sure that it's set up and it's ready to be solved. And a lot of these that we're going to see are not ready to be solved. And just like when we did simplifying expressions, you can't have parentheses and you can't have like terms. So this little acronym here, DCAM, on this little cell phone, is don't call after midnight. Okay, so don't call after midnight, and that'll tell you exactly what you take care of first, second, third, and then fourth. The D stands for the distributive property, which means that's when you get your arrows popping. The C stands for combine all your like terms. And then A, you take care of your addition or subtraction. And then multiplication is what the M stands for, multiplication or division. Now, we're only dealing with variables that are on the same side, not on different sides, because then that would involve something else. But you always have to make sure that you have no like terms and no parentheses, and then your equation will be ready to solve. Did you hear my dog barking at the garbage truck? Nice, really nice. Okay, having some technical difficulties, but we'll get through it. These first two equations, you can write them down, and then hopefully you'll find out that you can work them out as I'm going through it. But I'm going to write down the acronym, don't call after midnight. So you can see they're not ready to be solved yet because I have parentheses. So I'm going to have to use the distributive property, which is, get your arrows popping. So it's 2x plus 6 equals 10. So now I don't have any like terms, but I can do my addition or subtraction. So minus 6 minus 6. So 2x equals 4, x equals 2, because there I just did my multiplication or division. Okay, so that's the answer to the first one. Okay, on this next one, hopefully you already have it written down, and you can just solve it as I'm solving it. But one good thing about this video lesson is that you can go as fast or as slow as you want to. You can write them down and try to work them out with me, or you can just copy down everything I copy down, or you can hit pause and then come back and see what you did, even though these are all examples. But first I have to get rid of my parentheses by doing the distributive property. That's 4D, and then 4 times 4 is 16, and then I get 12. So I had distributive property. I didn't have like terms, but I have addition or subtraction. Dang, these trucks, good grief. 4D equals 28. So now I'm going to do my multiplication or division. Divide by 4, and I get 7. So there are the first two. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but don't call after midnight. All right, D stands for the distributive property. So if you wrote these two problems down, you will notice there's no parentheses. So I don't have to worry about that. Do I have any like terms? Remember, like terms have the same variable or they have no variable at all, and you can add them together. So I have 6a and 5a, which is 11a. And that equals negative 11. So I don't have addition or subtraction on this one, but I do have multiplication or division. So I'm going to be dividing both sides by 11. Now I have negative 11 divided by positive 11. So since your signs are different, your answer is going to be negative. It's negative 1. Okay, that's how you do that one. Now this next one, 4x plus 6 plus 3, I don't have any parentheses, so no distributive property. Do I have like terms? Yes, you do. Remember, they have to have the same variable or no variable at all. So 6 and 3 is 9. So I'm going to do 4x plus 9 equals 17. Now I did combine like terms. I have addition or subtraction I have to take care of, which is minus 9. 4x equals 8. X equals 2. Because I just did my multiplication and division. Alright, that's how you do those two. Okay, copy down these last two, and this is about as complicated as it's going to get. You just have to remember to do all this extra stuff and remember the integer rule, so it can be a little confusing. But don't call after midnight. So these two are examples of equations where you have to get rid of the parentheses and combine like terms in the same equation. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take the 5 and do, get your arrows popping. That's 5x plus 30 minus 3 equals 37. Now I have like terms, so I need to take care of that. So it's 5x plus 27 equals 37. So I had distributive property, combine like terms. Now I do addition or subtraction, which is, 5x equals 10. Now I'm going to do the multiplication or division. X equals 2. Something weird going on with my microphone. But anyway, on this last one, we're going to take care of the distributive property by getting your arrows popping. So you have 20m plus 5 minus 2m. That gives you negative 13. Now that I've done the arrows, or the parentheses, I'm going to get rid of the like terms. So I've done distributive property. I'm going to combine my like terms. So I have 20 minus 2, which is 18m, plus 5 equals negative 13. Well, now I'm going to do addition, subtraction. So the opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. So you have 18m equals, now I have a negative plus a negative. So I have like signs, so I add and keep the sign. Now I need to multiply or divide. If my signs are different, I divide, and take the sign the larger. Oh my gosh. I divide and my answer is going to be negative. It's like the 4th time I've done this video. Alright, hopefully we're done. And then we'll give you some practice problems and hopefully answer any questions you have before we give the test. Alright, so I will check back in with you later. Love you, mean it. Bye.